Welcome to the Logan City Environmental Campus in Landfill, located at 200 North and 1400 West in Logan. We mainly deal with 3 types of waste here: garbage, green waste, and recycling. In this video, we will travel throughout Cache County as we follow the trucks to see what happens to what you put in your home's black, blue, and green waste containers or tan and blue dumpsters after we collect it. Let's start with the garbage or solid waste. Residential homes all have a black can and apartments have a tan dumpster. These containers are picked up every week and hold solid waste items that will be buried in the landfill and cannot be recycled or processed by green waste. Have you heard a garbage truck rumble down your street? Solid waste drivers start their mornings off pretty early to begin picking up at 7 a.m. Drivers pick up hundreds of solid waste bins every weekday and will come back to the landfill to unload twice a day when their trucks become full. How many times do the drivers unload their trucks every day? Garbage trucks don't unload directly outside like they used to when we took garbage directly to the Logan landfill. Instead, garbage trucks unload at a building called the transfer station and are weighed before unloading. This is what it looks like when a garbage truck unloads at the transfer station. Pretty loud in here. This garbage is then loaded onto semi-trucks by bulldozers before it is taken to the North Valley landfill. You can see how full the garbage truck is. What you see is only a fraction of nearly 300 tons of garbage we get at the transfer station each day. Once the semi-truck is full, drivers prepare to drive to the North Valley landfill. Watch as the driver wrangles straps over the tarp to secure it. This helps prevent littering while driving. We'll follow him as he weighs his garbage. Whoa, that scale says about 95,400 pounds, but subtracting the weight of the truck, which is about 33,120 pounds, this truck is carrying about 62,280 pounds of garbage. This isn't the end of our journey. The landfill at the Logan City Environmental Campus is slowly being phased out of use, and the North Valley landfill, which is located near the border of Utah and Idaho, is where garbage is actually being buried. It takes a driver about 45 minutes to take one load of garbage out to the North Valley landfill, and that is just in one direction. This landfill is much bigger than the Logan landfill and is expected to last more than 80 years. The North Valley landfill opened for use in 2017. The process of planning and creating the new landfill took about 20 years. Looks like we just arrived. It's a long drive out, but have you ever seen a prettier landfill? Look, another truck is leaving the North Valley landfill. Kind of a tongue twister, huh? Let's continue our trip with this driver up to the top of the landfill as they start the unloading process. It can be very windy at the landfill. The netting you see on the right-hand side are used to help prevent littering and capture plastic bags and other blowing waste. Drivers have to head up to the top of the landfill to preserve space. Driver opens the doors to begin the unloading process. He heads to his truck to begin the process of pushing out the garbage. The bulldozer begins to move the garbage where they will later bury into the landfill. This process takes about 20 minutes to complete, and on average, each day we transfer and bury about 300 tons of garbage. Garbage is covered by 6 inches of soil to help prevent littering and minimize smell. But your garbage will remain in the landfill for hundreds, if not thousands of years, as landfills can prevent waste from decomposing quickly. When Logan City sampled their landfill, they were able to dig out this readable bit of newspaper from March 5, 1968, showing the slow decomposition rates of garbage at our landfill. This process happens every day, Monday through Friday. Remember, once something is buried in the landfill, it will be there for a very, very long time. Next, we'll follow the journey of recyclables. Recycling is collected in blue cans and blue dumpsters. Let's follow the journey of a recycling dumpster after it is picked up by a driver and heads to the Mountain Fiber in Hiram, where it is sorted. This driver is at the end of his route as he has visited apartments, businesses, and maybe even your school. These drivers are referred to as commercial recycling drivers and start their day a bit earlier than the residential drivers. This driver has a difficult job that takes some practice to line up the forks to lift the dumpster over the top of the truck. The driver then heads to Mountain Fiber in Hiram, the recycling center where all of our commingled recycling is taken in Cache County. When we recycle in our homes, everything goes into one can together. At Mountain Fiber, recycling must be sorted back out. It is then baled and sent to be further processed. Located near the mouth of Blacksmith Fork Canyon, drivers make multiple trips here every day. In fact, each year we take more than 5,000 tons of recycling to Mountain Fiber to be sorted and processed. The drivers unloaded their trucks inside the building at Mountain Fiber. The recycling is put onto a conveyor belt to help with the sorting process. Employees at Mountain Fiber pick out all of the items that are not recyclable at processing plant. What is left is what they are able to recycle and send off for further processing. Here's what it looks like inside the recycling plant. They have machines that help them pack recyclables into bales. Each one of these weighs several tons. Let's do a short recycling sorting exercise to better familiarize ourselves with what is recyclable here in Cache County. Items that are not recyclable include disposable dishware, plastics 3 through 7, styrofoam, plastic bags, clamshell packaging, wax-lined bottles, packaging with food, and glass. Some items that are recyclable include paper, plastic water bottles, soda cans, milk jugs, tin cans, and plastics 1 through 2. That is the end of our journey with recycling, but as you can see, follow a very different path than solid waste. Our green waste cans are picked up on a weekly basis, but are typically only picked up in residential areas and in certain towns. Green waste is waste that can come from your yard or garden. By using these cans, you can save room in your solid waste can, give a little back to the environment, and reduce your waste. Let's go through the green waste collection and processing system. Many families also choose to bring material to the green waste facility or drop sites. In fact, we get more than 17,000 tons of green waste each year. If your household has a green waste can, it is picked up every week from early spring to early winter. If you notice, not all of the houses on this route have a green waste can, but the driver still has to maneuver through the neighborhoods, which is pretty impressive, right? Once they finish picking up residential cans, they head back to the environmental campus to begin the process of turning your green waste into products that can be added back to the environment. As you can see, the driver has to weigh their truck so we can keep track of how much waste comes into the landfill at the environmental campus. They will then make their way to the green waste processing area where they will unload their truck and head back out for more pickups. Employees at the environmental campus grind the green waste down into smaller pieces using a machine called the Beast so it can be further processed into usable products. This material is spread into long rows called windrows and mixed with leaves, grass, hay, and manure. It is turned weekly using a row turner, and they also take the temperature daily. After 5 to 6 months, the compost is ready to go. Compost adds nutrients back into the soil and helps to break up clay soil. Let's take a look at some of the photos that show this process. Sticks and branches are shredded into wood chips that help soil retain moisture. Compost and wood chips are sold to the public. Now you know what happens to your waste beyond the curb.